Now there is more than just 2 videos to this continuing CD. If you go to the website, you will find a whole list of videos that they have released. And what I have done, I've wrote down all the videos in order, and I went and downloaded them to my computer. And I put them in a movie maker, and the end result was amazing. What I believe that I got now is the 2012 comeback special. I suggest anybody doing this. It's very cool. But one of the videos in this show is Don't Close Your Eyes. I gotta tell you, this is pretty awesome, guys. But when I was watching this video, there was 3 things that I noticed, like 3 hidden signs that I believe were put there to show us that Elvis is alive and he is the one singing this music. But the first thing I noticed was underneath the video itself, they got this little picture of an Elvis CD. I believe that they placed that there to give Elvis credit for singing this music, because down here they're claiming that Ron Jesse is singing. They're using a false name. But up here I believe they're trying to show us the truth. Now the second thing that I noticed was at one point in the video they had these close-ups of the jumpsuits at Graceland. And inside of one of these jumpsuits, they flashed the cover of the continuing CD. And there's a microphone on the cover, but the hit song on the CD is I'm Alive. So what you're seeing is the CD cover, and it's saying I'm alive. It's just like Elvis is right there telling you that he's alive. But the third thing I noticed was towards the end of the video, they have this shot out in the meditation garden. And they have this one video of Elvis standing and playing a guitar and singing. But if you pay attention all throughout this part of the video, but really right here, they flash another image of Elvis singing and playing a guitar when he was alive and well, as I believe he is today. But they flash this image over the gravestones. So I believe they're telling us here that yes, he is alive and he is singing this music. But like I said, I think you're all really gonna like this. It's very cool. So here it is, Don't Close Your Eyes, off of the continuing CD. Enjoy this one.
I know you loved him a long time ago. Even now in my arms, you still want him, I know. But darling, this time, oh Lord, let your memories die. When you hold me tonight, don't close your eyes. Don't close your eyes, let it be me. Don't pretend it's him in some fantasy. Darling, just once let yesterday day go, you'll find more love than you've ever known. Just hold me tight when you love me tonight, and don't close your eyes. I love you so much, baby. I don't want to let you go. Maybe I've been a fool, holding on all this time, lying here in your arms, knowing he's on your mind. But I keep hoping someday that you see the light. Let it be me tonight. Don't close your eyes. Don't close your eyes. Let it be me. Don't pretend it's him in some fantasy. Darling, just once, let yesterday go. You'll find more love than you've ever known. Just hold me tight when you love me tonight, and don't close your eyes. Don't close your eyes, let it be me. Don't pretend it's him in some fantasy. Darling, just once, let yesterday go. You find more love than you've ever known. Just hold me tight when you love me tonight, and don't close your eyes. Going on all this time, don't close your eyes.
Well, there you have it. Don't Close Your Eyes off of the continuing CD that was released early in 2012. Well, you know, I hope that's making everything just a little bit more clear for you now. But if not, let's take a look at what has happened this year in 2012. Now, we've had 2 CDs that has been released less than a month apart. And the first one is Elvis Found Alive. Now, on this CD, they're saying that yes, Elvis really is alive, and that he is singing the songs on this CD. And he has released this music using the name John Burroughs. Now, they also released a DVD to go along with the CD. And on the DVD, you know, you've got the man right there talking to you. How much more convincing would it take? You know, I've never seen a ghost sit down and do a 2-hour interview. But, now the second CD that came out this year was Continuing. Now on this CD, you have Ron Jesse doing the vocals. That's what they're claiming. And they're also saying that this is what Elvis would sound like if he had lived. And they're saying that this is an Elvis fantasy concert CD. So they're saying that this is just a fantasy. So, you have two CDs, one saying he's alive, and one saying that he's not alive, that it's just a fantasy. Now, on the CD where he is alive, Elvis explains in this movie how he cannot release music as Elvis Presley. So I believe that that is why they're telling us here on this continuing CD that Ron Jesse is supposedly doing the vocals. Now, on the CD where he is alive in the movie, he's telling us that he's in the witness protection program, that he needs the permission of the federal government to return to the public's eye to let everybody know that yes, he is alive. And he talks a little bit about how he's having a hard time with this because of stuff that he knows, stuff that he learned when he was working for the government as a federal agent. So, I believe that that is the reason on the continuing CD, they're not telling you that Elvis is alive. They're not telling you that Elvis is actually singing this music. But, if you listen to what the music's telling you, the music's telling you that yes, the man is alive. So, you have one CD where he's alive, and one where he is not supposed to be, just a fantasy. On the one where he's alive, he can't release music as Elvis Presley. Ron Jesse is supposed to be doing the vocals. He tells us on this CD and DVD set that he needs the permission of the federal government to return to let everybody know that he is alive. So that's why they're not telling us that he is really alive on this CD. So I gotta tell y'all, this is really for real. Check this movie out, Elvis Found Alive. I think you're really going to be happy with it. It's the only thing we've got at this time. But on both CDs, they have released this music out to the public. And I believe they've done this so that when someone listens to this music, you will have the opportunity to judge for yourself if this is real or not. And I believe that when anybody listens to any of these songs off of Elvis Found Alive or continuing, you're really going to know that it is Elvis singing these songs. I know it may be hard to believe at first, but just give it a try. Check it out for yourself. It's for real.
Do you know who I am? Have you any idea who I am? I know it's been quite a while, and it's so good to see you again. It's so dark in this place, I can't see your face. May we leave? Oh, I see. Does he know who I am? And what once was between you and me? Do you know how I tried? Have you any idea how I tried? Not to keep you inside, Do you know, darling, how much I cried? I remember you said that you had to forget about me and be free. Maybe some other time, in some other place, with our love in your heart and a smile on your face, you will know who I am. When that time comes, you'll know who I am. You will know who I am. When that time comes, you'll know who I am. Yeah, baby. You tried to face another day, dreaming I'd be here to stay. But when you wake, I'm far away. Tears will fall, you'll beg me stay. Fate may take you away from me, but it can't take our memory of special times when we cared, special times that we shared. For you are everything to me. Lisa Marie. Honey, I know you tried to end the hurt you felt inside. Don't you cry. One more day, I'm here with you. I'm here to stay. Fate may take you away from me, but it can't take our memory of special times when we cared, special times that we shared. For you are everything to me. Ooh, Lisa Marie. You know, our hopes and our dreams may still be realized. I see it in your face, I hear it in your cries. Don't be sad, one more day I'm here with you. I'm here to stay. Fate may take you away from me, but it can't take our memory of special times when we cared, special times that we shared. For you are everything to me. Ooh, Lisa Marie. I've been gone a long time, but now I'm back. Elvis is back. I am in the Federal Witness Protection Program. I led a secret life as a federal drug enforcement agent. Everyone thought I just liked to collect badges, infiltrate the mafia. The body swap in the witness protection program. The body swap. Yeah, I know. Yeah, just... The colonel was a degenerate gambler, the Drug Enforcement Agency, and that was dangerous. Counterintelligence program. The colonel was becoming owned by the mob. Infiltrate the mafia. You want me to sing something? I played a hero in all of my movies. Now, I wanted to be one in real life. Frank Sinatra was the front. I read Captain Marvel Jr., Kalamazoo, Michigan. If I could help save America, maybe this was my real destiny that God had prepared me for all this time. It was a natural thing to me, rock and roll music. I'll always love you. If you feel it, you can't help but move to it. Well, Captain Marvel Jr. and the Hidden Death. Lord help me. And now I'm back. She said she had a gun. So I said, honey, I got 10. I just love America. Everyone can be a superhero for America. Okay. Elvis is back, so let's do it. We're fantastic. I am in the Federal Witness Protection Program. I gotta get way down here. Still the king of rock and roll. America. FBI code name. I'll tell you, brother. Who in the world would ever suspect Elvis Presley was a federal agent? Sure. At the funeral, they buried a giant candle and an air conditioner. Okay. Honey, don't you cry. Did you see the movie, Blue Hawaii? A man is just a child wearing a man's body. There's a couple of different things around. The only thing worse than watching a bad movie is being in one. They turned my life into a cartoon. Then I'd ask them if they loved America. Like Nosedive. Still the king of rock and roll. Yeah. They never dreamed it was Elvis. They never dreamed. That's right. America's secret weapon, Daddy. Mom, President Nixon, Memphis Mafia, President Reagan, karate, Operation Fountain, Paul Castellano, Mary Martin, the FBI, Frank Sinatra, the Weatherman, Gambino, President Clinton, Dr. Nick, Captain Marvel Jr., Bill Ayers, Black Panthers, counterintelligence program. That felt fantastic. Who in the world would ever suspect Elvis president? Giving away Cadillacs was easier than giving clothes because they always fit. So let's do it. TCB, taking care of business. Everyone, body swap, can be a superhero for America. Body swap. I led a secret life as a federal drug enforcement agent. Damn right. That's what I do, folks. Hang on a second. It's time for food, man. Man does not live by music alone.
How are we supposed to finish this?
I don't know. In show business, you work with what you have. Well. I've been traveling over miles. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, I hope you all enjoyed that. You just heard 3 songs off of the Elvis Found Alive CD set. The first one was Do You Know Who I Am? The second, Lisa Marie. And the third, Elvis Is Back rap. Now on this third song, they just took pieces from the interview that you will find on Elvis Found Alive DVD. And they took these pieces and put them together and made a rap song. But at the end of the song, the music stops and Elvis starts talking. And he says that in show business, you work with what you've got. Now I believe what he's telling us here is he's doing this the only way he can at this time. And I believe he's been trying to get our attention the whole time. For almost 35 years now. This may be his last attempt. There's a few things about this DVD and CD set that I noticed. The one is the cover. It appears to be Elvis, a computer-enhanced image of Elvis's face. And it don't really look real. It looks I would think it looks like something that goes on a grocery store tabloid. And I think most people would have that impression if they seen it, and they would probably overlook it. Some may even think it was a joke. Another thing that I would like to touch base on in this movie is the Captain Marvel Jr. bit. You know, they play the Captain Marvel Jr. all throughout the movie, and that's not really so weird. A lot of my friends, they ask about this and they say it really looks kind of silly at points. But, you know, when I was 18, 19, I went to Graceland for the very first time, and I seen Captain Marvel Jr. comic books and statues in all of the gift shops. It was everywhere, and at that time I didn't know why. And another thing we can look at, most of us, when we were growing up, we had Elvis Presley to look up to. He was one of our heroes for a lot of us. Think about this. Who did Elvis look up to when he was growing up? Must have been Captain Marvel Jr. And another thing, he talks about how his life has mirrored image this comic book series from the 40s. You know, that's not really so weird or so far-fetched. I know in my personal life, a lot of things have happened that is unexplainable, that is very strange. And the way I look at this is, God works in mysterious ways, and it's really not up to us to question the way He helps us in our life. We should just be thankful that He does. And there's another thing that I noticed. I haven't seen no advertisement for this. The only place I've ever seen it advertised was on the internet. This is Elvis Found Alive. Shouldn't that be worldwide news? Shouldn't it be all over the TV, all over the radio? They should be playing this music all the time. And that's something else. It's not getting any airtime. You don't hear this on the radio. You've already heard a few songs, and I'm going to play a whole lot more for you. But this music is absolutely awesome. Why aren't they playing it on the radio? I believe if they were playing it on the radio, people would be talking about it. Another thing is, they had to make this as a conspiracy theory movie. You know, I'm not for sure all the details that go into making a conspiracy theory movie, but I think it answers a lot of questions about this film. For example, you would probably have to follow guidelines in making a movie like this to get it released. And I believe that probably one of these guidelines is you would have to include so much false information in with the true information in order to make it a conspiracy theory film. And you would have to do that to get your movie released. So let's take a look at this movie. There's some things that I do not believe are real. The first is really big. They say Joe Gilbert made this movie. And this guy's got a history of making some movies, conspiracy film type movies, with rock stars. Like Paul McCartney and Bob Dylan, I think, and some other guys. But he has a history of this. So what I believe happened was Elvis most likely got a hold of this guy and asked him if he wanted to do the movie. But if I'm right, as far as I know, Elvis Presley's legally dead. And dead people don't release movies. So I think this may be the answer to why they're saying Joe Gilbert made and produced this film. And it's obvious that the next thing is the way they supposedly found Elvis, they show that they filled out this Freedom of Information Act on the FBI's website. And I tell everybody, check into this. Just take a few minutes and fill this information out. Request this information on the FBI's website. It's a Freedom of Information Act request on Elvis Presley. I believe that if everybody who wants to know the truth about this starts requesting this information, they're not going to be able to keep up with sending this information out. Something would have to be done. Another thing that I noticed is that's not Elvis's house. They make it very obvious that Elvis don't live there. Like when Joe Gilbert and his crew pull up to the house, there's a Cadillac out there. They walk up to the Cadillac and they look inside, and there's a bunch of 8-track tapes. And a lot of these are multiples of these tapes. And there's a DEA jacket in the seat. And there's even some guns laying around in the car. Now a lot of people say that this is kind of cheesy. But I believe what they're doing here is they're making it very obvious that that part of the movie is just make-believe. So I gotta tell you, this movie really starts when you get inside the house. Once you're there with Elvis, they got his face silhouetted. But once you're there with Elvis, and the interview starts, and he starts telling you his story, you just get that feeling. You know that this thing is real. So I gotta tell you, check this out. The last thing that I don't believe comes from Elvis himself. At the end of the interview, they ask him, what does he like to do these days? And he said that he likes to get in his Cadillac, drive around, and listen to these 8-track tapes. And it stuck out, and it's like, that don't make any sense. Why is it there? Think about it. Elvis probably has a killer system in his car. He wouldn't be listening to 8-track tapes. But keep in mind that this is a conspiracy theory film. And I believe that you have to follow these guidelines to get your movie released. So say, if you had to put 5% false information in this movie, how would you do it? I believe you would do it the way that they have done. They make the false information very obvious. Almost so obvious you can laugh at. But that, I gotta tell you something. The other 95% of this movie, you haven't seen nothing like this yet. I tell you, I show this to people all the time. And people get teary-eyed. Some people cry. But everybody that I show this to, they're in awe. I mean, it's like something that you've never seen before.
You will know who I am. You will know who I am. I always knew that sometime in my life, I had a feeling that sooner or later somebody would find me alive. There are good reasons why I had to do what I did. America was under siege, man. Protests, drugs, hippies, violence. And I felt I could help America if I became a federal drug enforcement agent. I had read all the Captain Marvel Jr. comic books. I realized I looked just like him. I played a hero in all of my movies. Now, I wanted to be one in real life. I was going to be America's secret weapon. to stop the America haters from destroying it. If I could help save America, maybe this was my real destiny that God had prepared me for all this time. I was an ordinary church-going country boy who just happened to love to sing rock and roll music. I didn't mean to put anybody through any pain. I never expected to be anybody important. I hope my story will inspire folks. You know, everyone can be a superhero for America.
For a moment